Yashodanandana Radadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Radadana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Yogadharma Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Rutamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So today we will be discussing 8th verse from 4th canto, chapter 27, title Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana. Sapanchalapati putran Sapanchalapati putran Pitruvamsha vivardhanan Pitruvamsha vivardhanan Dharai samyojayamasa Dharai samyojayamasa Duhitruhu sadrushair varaihi Duhitruhu sadrushair varaihi Sapanchalapati putran Pitruvamsha vivardhanan Dharai samyojayamasa Duhitruhu sadrushair varaihi. Sapanchalapati putran Pitruvamsha vivardhanan Dharai samyojaya masa Duhitruhu sadrushair varai Sapanchalapati putran Pitruvamsha vivardhanan Dharai samyojaya masa Duhitruhu sadrushair varai Vardhanan Dharai samyojaya masa Duhitruhu sadrushair varai. Any Matajis? No. Okay. Saha he Panchalapatihi, the king of Panchala, Putran, sons, Pitru Vamsha, paternal family, Vivardhanan, increasing, Darai, with wives, Samyojayam Asa, married, Duhitruhu, daughters, Sadrushai, qualified, Varai, with husbands. Translation. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, in order to increase the descendants of his paternal family, married his sons with qualified wives and married his daughters with qualified husbands. Please repeat. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, in order to increase the descendants of his paternal family, married his sons with qualified wives and married his daughters with qualified husbands. Purport. According to the Vedic system, everyone should marry. One has to accept a wife because a wife will produce children, and the children, in their turn, will offer foodstuffs and funeral ceremonies so that the forefathers, wherever they may live, will be made happy. The offering of oblations in the name of Lord Vishnu is called Pindodaka, and it is necessary that the descendants of a family offer Pinda to the forefathers. I'll continue this. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that everyone should marry. That's a Vedic system. Of course, Srila Prabhupada here emphasizing a particular direction or particular angle of Vedic society. The marriage is necessary, but for what? To face struggles? Everyone knows married life means it's a struggling life. Yes? But then why is it like that? It's not for struggling. It is to produce a God conscious or Krishna conscious children. The same Vedas say that whoever are begetting children they beget the children with the same consciousness of the parents. I mean, whatever the consciousness of the parents, the children also almost more or less like that. So, if a parent becomes God conscious, Krishna conscious, and he has so much love for Krishna, then the similar people are attracted as children. So that's the advantage of the marriage. But sometimes there is another side also to this marriage life. I mean, there are many angles. Another one is if someone cannot control their senses, then the married life act as a protective shield. Married life. Otherwise, the uncontrolled senses, they will exploit other people. They will exploit other people. For example, Ravana. How many people Ravana exploited, molested? Many, 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 many. Why? Because of the uncontrolled senses. His senses are not controlled. So, uh, if senses are not uncontrolled and exploit others, then that's a sinful activity because it's a violation of others' rights. It's violation of others, um, the way they wanted to live, right? It's a violation. So then it's a sin. It's a crime. And for that, they will receive punishments. Whoever molested or go uncontrolled, whoever go uncontrolled in senses, then they will indulge in crimes. So because of those crimes, they will be punished. So the Vedic system protect people not to commit those offenses by encouraging them to marry. And here Srila Prabhupada is saying another aspect of married life. That is, somehow if people indulge in sinful activities and after the death, because of their sins, they will not get another body to take birth. So then it's a problem, right? Every soul have desires, but they don't have a material body after the death. So how much problematic it is for that soul. The soul feels very acute suffering because the soul is not getting interface with this world and a suitable body to fulfill his desires. So that's a problem. So then that to avoid that troublesome situation, Lord Krishna arranged a situation that, okay, I'm creating a system of offering prasad to the departed souls. And who is eligible? Their sons are eligible. That was a system Lord Krishna designed as part of the Vedic system. So what happens then? The sons, they offer the Pinda Pradhana in that ceremony. They offer Vishnu Prasad to their forefathers, and then by taking that prasad, they will released from the sinful reactions, and then they will get a new body. So these are the advantages of married life. But somewhere else Srila Prabhupada mentioned, I mean in many places in his books, if anyone wants to go back to spiritual world, then he can overcome or bypass all these problems and then directly become servant of the Lord by controlling the senses. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. So he can bypass. It's not that necessarily he have to go to a struggling, suffering life channel. It's not necessary. He can just simply bypass. So it's a shortcut. It's a shortcut. Krishna consciousness is the shortest possible path to go to spiritual world. There is no other short path than this. It's the shortest path. So, so here Prabhupada is saying the advantages of marriage, and let us continue the purport. Not only was Puranjana, the king of Panchala, satisfied in his own sex life, but he arranged for the sex life of his 1,100 sons and 110 daughters. In this way, one can elevate an aristocratic family to the platform of a dynasty. It is significant in this verse that Puranjana got both sons and daughters married. It's a duty of a father and mother to arrange for the marriage of their sons and daughters. This is the obligation in Vedic society. So, obligation means the duties. So, everyone has certain duties, right? Father has certain duties, mothers have certain duties, children have certain duties. As a citizen, we get some duties as citizen. We have to play our responsible role as a citizen, and many other. The obligation. Why obligation comes? Obligation comes two reasons. Number one, we receive some benefits from them. When we receive some benefits from others, it means we are obliged to acknowledge that service. Yes, we are obliged. Like we learn from teachers, right? So we are obliged to do something in return to them. Similarly, any role in the Vedic system, we are obliged to do. That's it's not only cultural aspect, but it is an aspect to keep our mind peace. It keeps our mind because it's a sadharma. It's a very good natured habit. Any good natured habit will give us peace. No doubt about it. Any good natured habit. It will give us peace, and possibly it will avoid the future problems also. So that's one reason, because we gain benefits. And another reason is uh, they are fulfilling our uh, senses, right? A sense gratification. So accepting sense gratification along with that as a package, obligations also will come. It's a package. If anyone tries to enjoy but doesn't feel responsible or obliged, then that person will be punished. Like if anyone takes salary from the government, let's say any employee takes salary but doesn't do the responsibility, is it allowed? It's not allowed. Similarly, in God created system also, it is like that. It is like that. So the husband is getting some benefits from wife. So husband has a duty to earn money and take care of the family. It's an obligation. But if any husband says that I will enjoy, my family life, but I'll spend money only for my own purposes, for drinking or for my sense enjoyments, but I will not take care of the family, then that person will be punished. So this is always package along with the benefits, along with the facilities to enjoy, or along with something, we receive for our benefit, we will incur or we will get the obligation. So here that's why Srila Prabhupada is saying that it's a duty of parents to see that their children marry someone, a suitable uh, partner. Sons and daughters should not be allowed freedom to intermingle with the opposite sex unless they are married. So this is a very important point here. In the name of advancement, or in the name of we don't have any such things, we can mix each other, and then intermingling the male and female in the society, it creates many problems at various levels. It creates because what we are dealing the psychic pattern of the mind, right? We always think. Many thoughts will come into our mind like a stream, right? No one can be without thinking. And those thoughts, um, yeah. So those thoughts, what happens then if, in some selfish way of thinking, if the thoughts are there, then the intermingling the male and female partners will be problematic because, say, one person have to deal the ego, right? There is a ego, right? Yes or no? We have ego. Ego means ahankar, or yeah, it's called ahankar or false ego. So then the egoistic problems will arise in the family. And not only that, after marriage, then the commitment will be slackened among the partners. Yes? When commitment is slackened, commitment becomes less, then guess what happens? The peace of mind will be ruined. It will be destroyed. Peace of mind. So just imagine, see, the family system is a system which gives us uh, a coordinated, everyone coordinates each other. So it's a system um, where a, one person will help the other persons in the family. So it's to make us happy in this world. Now, if that is disturbed, imagine suppose a person who doesn't have any family member and have to lead a life of say 20 years. Just imagine that. It's terribly difficult, right? It's terribly difficult. There is no one to help. There is no one to share our happiness or sadness. And there is no one to take care of health. It's so many problems. So many problems. Now, if by mistake or by somehow if that arrangement is disturbed in the family because of ego problems, then the life becomes very troublesome. So the Vedic system, anticipating all these are future problems, they say that you know if you mix with the opposite gender before marriage, those traits or those traces of mixing will bother you in future. So there is a science behind all these things. It's not a stupid idea saying that don't mix with the opposite gender. But without understanding these future problems, people blindly say that, okay, what happens if we touch before marriage? What happens if we mix? What happens, purposefully they degrade themselves by intermixing with other. So this have very terrible consequences in life. So Vedic system is a perfect science. Just like the science of medicine, one cannot understand very easily, right? It's not easy to understand medicine. I mean, any field in their domain, it's not that easy to understand. Similarly, the Vedic science also is like that. It keeps a very, very comprehensive, it's like a very comprehensive plan to make us, to make our life happy. It's a very comprehensive plan from all directions, all directions, all directions. So we may not be able to understand, but we have to learn that from Panditas. We have to learn it. How each aspect of the family will um, will protect us, will give us peace, and will make our life smooth, and then turning towards God. That's the primary goal. Turning towards God, towards Krishna is the primary. And all other things are, helpful to that one aspect in the family. Everything. Like suppose you see, even like one of the point is one can take, one can consider the suggestions made by subordinates in the family. That's one of the aspect in a family. Just imagine if Ravana uh, takes the suggestions or hints given by Vibhishana, how would be his life? How it would be? But he said, you have to get out of my city. Why? Because it is egoistic. Ravana is fully egoistic. He cannot tolerate a slight even suggestion, because his idea of taking suggestion is, if I take suggestion, it means I'm inferior. That's what his idea. It's not necessarily taking suggestions from anyone in the family. It's not necessarily that the other person is weak or lower. It's not necessarily like that. One can take those suggestions, keeping in mind to move an inch close to Krishna. One can take suggestions with that spirit. So the Vedic social organization is a very good in that it stops the promulgation of uh, of illicit sex life, or Varna Sankara, which appears under different names in this present day. So this Varna Sankara means, uh, you know, inviting the souls who have so many material desires. That's called Varna Sankara in short. Now, material desires is a very, very problematic. We heard many times, right? It's a very, very problematic. See, there is a very famous saying in that is, in everybody's heart, the good side of it will be there, and the bad side of it also will be there. Yes, it's a very famous in English. The good and bad both are in everyone. They say like that. That is true. But then what is good, what is bad? It's difficult to understand for them. But by fortune, Srila Prabhupada gave it in his book so very, very, very clearly. What is that good side and what is that bad side? And the bad side is the material desires part. And the good side is whatever little honesty and whatever little humility and whatever little tendency to divert their attention towards God. So that is a good side of it. That's a good side of it. Now, these material desires, they will not sit idle. They will not sit idle. They influence slowly from the bad portion. They will influence into the good portion of the heart. It slowly eats up the good portion of the heart. Why? Because the material desire means desire to satisfy oneself at the cost of anything. At the cost of anything. So just imagine a person who is responsible, like to give a social justice. Let's take a judicial system. Person who is in that position. Now, if he is inflicted with this material desire, then what happens? His judgments will be biased, right? And he doesn't hesitate to take bribe and harm the innocent section of the society or innocent side of the, trial, court trial. Yes? So then he will be punished for that. He may say, I'm judge, no one is there to punish me, like something like maybe higher courts like Supreme Court or higher courts. He may think no one is there to punish me, but karma will punish. So then what is the reason for that? Some material desire. So one problem of material desire is it throws the person into a criminal zone. That's our one problem. And another problem is it's like an infection. If it's like an infection, if he doesn't care, if he don't take care of it, if he doesn't take care of it, then it influences others. And whatever the problems the person is facing, now the new person who contracted that material desire, then that person also will begin to face the problems in his life. And that's what exactly happened to Ravana. Ravana's original name was Dashagriva. And he was brought up in a very, very nice environment. Very wonderful Brahminical environment. And he was very nice. Till he became adult. He was very nice. Very nice. But you know what happened on one occasion? Before Ravana took birth, his father had one wife. Not Ravana's father, Ravana's mother, and the first wife, Ravana's father. So for his first wife, Ravana's father, for his first wife, he got a Kubera as son. And Kubera was a very nice person, and he did so many austerities, and he pleased Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma gave Pushpaka Vimana to Kubera. And guess what happens if we have something which is, a very distinguishing thing compared to others? They try to show, right? They try to show it. Or, something like that. But here Kubera actually using that Pushpaka Vimana, not to show to others, but he is using. So once he was traveling, Pushpaka Vimana. Then, before Ravana's birth, this happened. Ravana's grandfather, would-be grandfather by that time. So he saw once going through in a Kubera traveling through Pushpaka Vimana. And then immediately he developed a desire. Why he should have that? I think it's me to enjoy that, right? Why he should have that? So, and then he inquired, what is that, how it's traveling, so sophisticated arrangement, means to travel. And then he came to know that it's because of his father, Kubera's father trained him and educated him, and as a result he got this. And now he started planning how to take it over from him. It's a very, very deep plan. And then he sent his, uh, if I remember right, he sent his daughter Kaikasi to Ravana's, father. By the time Ravana did not take birth, so father. And then he told Kaikasi, who the grandfather told Kaikasi, can you go to Vishrava and marry him so that you'll get the nice children like Kubera. He didn't tell the plan. And then she was very happy. Okay. So then she came to Vishrava, Ravana's father, and then asked him. And he agreed for marriage, and he married Kaikasi, and then he begot 4 children, Ravana, Vibhishana, Kumbhakarna, and Surpanaka. And then Vishrava brought them up, very, very, taught so many Vedic mantras and Vedic style of living and sense control and doing, like a typical Brahmana life. And Dashagriva became very, very nice person. He was brought up. And then once he reached to adolescence, adult age, then his grandfather came. And then he said, do you know what injustice is happening to you? And Dashagriva said, what is happening? Everything is fine here. There's nothing wrong. You are not understanding. You see your stepbrother Kubera, how he is enjoying the life. He became Lokapala, a big leader in the universe. Don't you want to become a leader? And he's enjoying the Pushpaka Vimana. Don't you want to enjoy like that? And he became the leader of the beautiful island, Lanka. Don't you want to become the king of it? Actually, all the things he wanted to become. Who? The grandfather. But he started slowly, slowly, slowly poisoning Dashagriva's mind. And like that, he influenced Dashagriva. Actually, he rebelled. He said, how is it that, I can compete with my own brother? He's my own brother. We are happy. And then he gave the historical incident of Kshetrasagara Madana. Don't you know the brothers also can fight for something that they desire to gain? He said, the grandfather said. So it's a historical. You can fight to, with your brothers if you want to gain something in your life. Vedic reference. Vedic reference to fall down. It's a wrong reference actually. Kshetrasagara Madana is a very, very beautiful episode which was given in 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a very, very wonderful episode. But the grandfather of Ravana misquoted it, mispresented it, and Dasagriva contracted the disease. And then he said, oh, is that really? Then how can I achieve that position then? And then slowly he started, okay, he said, you do tapasya and then gain benedictions and become powerful, and then you can gain anything in this world. So these are all the consequences of material desires. So number 1, it spoils the very same person. Number 2, it influences others and make others as a bad person. It's like a contagious disease. And another thing is the one material desire will not sit like one in the heart. It's like bacteria or virus, it multiplies time to time. It multiplies. So Ravana's grandfather injected just one material desire, but it multiplied in Ravana's heart. And how many cruel activities he did not hesitate to do. And Ramayana says that his sword or weapons will always be wet with blood. It means by the time it becomes dry, he is to kill someone. And many women he abducted. It's not that just Sita he abducted. Before Sita Devi, before he abducted Sita Devi, he abducted many women. If father comes in between, he is to kill father. If brother comes in between, he is to kill brother. If husband comes in between, he is to kill the husband of that girl. And then abducted. So without understanding these people, in the society now they started as if it's a very wonderful thing. They started glorifying Ravana. You know the good thing of Ravana? He did not touch Sita 1 year. They say like that, stupidly. As if abducting is good, not touching, not touching also is good. But Rama, he disfigured Surpanaka. So now who is better, you tell, Ravana or Rama? Foolishly they argue. This is all, to take away the people from the happy life by being close to the God. This is what they are doing. They're destroying the peace of the mass public. So these are all very problematic things. The material desires are very problematic. They multiply. Let's complete the last portion. Unfortunately, in this age, although the father and mother are anxious to get their children married, the children refuse to get married by the arrangement of the parents. Consequently, the number of Varnasangra has increased throughout the world under different names. So this is a science. There is, it takes a longer time to understand the Vedic science, the family system, marriage system, how to choose partners. It takes time. It's actually, in the Vedic system, it's like a 20 years or 15 years training. It's not that just like on a full moon, on a full moon day, oh, you passed the degree and you got a job, come on, marry immediately. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's all of a sudden, it's like, you learn how to drive a four-wheeler and all of a sudden you are given an aeroplane. Will any foolish person do like that? But unfortunately, in Vedic system, in Indian system, that's what happening. There's no training anything for anything, a good life. A good family life, a wonderful, peaceful life. There's no training, unfortunately. But fortunately, Srila Prabhupada established these temples. These temples. That is why these temples are compared oasis in desert. These temples. Oasis. Just imagine, a thirsty person without getting water, traveling in a hot summer in desert. That's how the outside world is. So much heat, so much pressure in our life. But all of a sudden, when we go like that, and then we see International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and we enter, what a peaceful environment here. How our mind is becoming peaceful here. Nice, I like, let me come again. How many decided like that? Once upon a time, I also decided like that. I also decided like that. So please take advantage. Our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada established these oasis kind of temples everywhere in the world. Everywhere, everywhere. Today, whichever country you go, whichever state you go, there are ISKCON temples. So please take advantage and read Srila Prabhupada books. Very academic way is very fine, at least. So please take this process seriously. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions? Yes, Prabhu.
So you said about that Pitra Prasadam which we offer to our grand and forefathers. Hal- You you said about Pitra Prasadam, right? Which we offer to our forefathers.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes, so in some families, like in our family and in our families, like we offer non-veg also as well as wine, which who the person likes. So he's not there. So whatever he likes, we offer it to him. So is that good or bad?
Okay. The question is whatever the departed soul likes, that is offered.
Yes,
So can it be done or not?
yes,
That's the question.
yes.
Okay. See, in Kali Yuga, particularly, it is prohibited to offer liquor, meat, and any other such kind of substances to the departed souls. In Kali Yuga, it is prohibited. Ashwamedha Gavalambham Sanyasam Palapaitrikam Devarena Sutopattim Kali Yuga Pancha Vivarshita. Something like that, the verse is there. So we should not offer anything other than Vishnu Prasad, and in Vishnu Prasad means or Krishna Prasad means it should be strictly vegetarian and very duly offered to Lord Krishna as per putting tulasi and whatever the standard is. Only that can relieve the departed soul. Okay.
So, but we offer this to the deities also, right? Like to Mata. Like we offer this toddy which we call kallu. Like
Sorry, it's not
sin.
clear to me.
So we offer this to the gods also, to Mata Rani.
Hmm?
Non-veg and the wine to the god also, right?
Yes. No, Durga Devi will not eat non-veg. No.
But we offer.
How can he? How can she? She is directly sister of Lord Krishna. She will not eat non-veg. There is no incident in Vedic scriptures that Durga Devi is non-veg. There's no incident.
We offer to Kali Mata.
No devatas eat non-veg. Devatas are strict vegetarians.
Because I see near many temples in Hyderabad,
That
many
is a
peoples offer.
that is a misrepresentation. That is misrepresentation.
But the
Devatas will not eat.
but the priest.
We should not offer non-veg to any devatas. There is a one indication in the Vedas that if anyone wants to eat non-veg, okay, they have to take Durga Devi as a witness that I am killing this jiva to satisfy my tongue. So you are the witness, and in future, if someone punishes me, I mean definitely punishes, I'm ready to receive that punishment. So to make her witness, people kill in front of either Kali or some that kind of devata. But they don't take it. Even the people offer it, they don't eat.
But my question is the holy priest who's in the temple priest Pantul.
Our
The
temple priest is
priest.
encouraging that.
Yes, most of the temples
That's
wherever I see,
unfortunate. What to do?
they are trained holy Brahmins, right? They are scholar Brahmins who
That's
bless all the
unfortunate.
persons in the temple. They don't go against it.
Yeah.
if it's
That's unfortunate. We should not associate to the people who are throwing us into hellish life. That's unfortunate. It's like it's like a doctor mistreating a patient. It's like a doctor mistreating a patient. It's unfortunate, right?
yes.
But that doesn't mean all doctors are bad. So similarly, some priests actually, because of the influence of Kali, they may be encouraging the people. It's an unfortunate situation. We have a very strong responsibility to revert the situation of the society.
I'm
Are you
not
ready?
saying that they're encouraging it, but they are not going against it also.
They're not
If it's
doing.
yes, because in most of the
That's okay.
Matarani temples I
That's
saw.
okay. But we have a responsibility to revert the situation somehow by becoming devotees of Lord Krishna.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.